Lau Kendrick Gibbs, the Lord said he's going to help you with some weight situations, health issues. Joseph Gilreath, the word of the Lord will say you're going to exercise strong leadership ability in the work you're given. Princess Glover, the Lord says, stop worrying your mind over issues that you cannot solve. LaShawn Good, the Lord says you're going to be a participator and you will work good with other people in cooperation. Rosemary Graham, God's going to tell you don't take any shortcuts because you're called to live life in abundance. Olivia Grant, God says sales for you. Hazel Gray, the Lord says travel is in the cards for you. Doris Green, the word of the Lord will say you will do hard work and you will excel. Kenneth Green, God said he's given you the tongue. Your tongue is like the pen of a ready writer. Preach the gospel. Anthony Green, you need to update your information, but God's doing something in the chest area that's clearing up. Andre Gross, the word of the Lord will say you're going to soar, and God says you're going to participate in a new economy in God. Robin Hamilton, get ready to teach. Willie Hargrove, the Lord says get ready to take in knowledge, and you're going to participate in life in a new way. Jean Hardon, the Lord says you have a heart for people and you're going to make a lot of changes. Dorothy Harper, God says get ready to participate with gladness in what I give you to do. Esther Harris, get ready to take off and you're going to excel in what it is that you're going to participate in. Carolyn Hilaire, the Lord says get ready to deal with groups of people and you will have favor there. Rosemary Hill, get ready to write and create. Barbara Hill, I think that's Kamak, the word of the Lord will say unto you, you've agonized and had pain, but God says, I lift you from that place. Sean Height, the Lord says, get ready to write, and you're going to find that you will have new insight. Prophetess Kelly, we have a Nathaniel Hobbs.
Yes, I hear the Lord said that I am the Lord that healeth thee.
Kenneth Holder.
There's a move that's coming around you, and it's a sudden move. God says prepare for it.
June Houston.
There's a trip that you're going to make, and it's going to be somehow in the Southland, and somehow your hand has to be in some business that's going on down there.
Yonaya Howard.
In this season, the Lord says that he's moving you away from people, just wrong people in wrong situations, that you might connect and make the proper connections.
Felicia Hudson.
Felicia, in this season, the Lord says that he's training your mind. Your mind is being tuned up, and you're going to the next level.
Rosa Huff.
Rosa, in this season, the Lord said that he's working. There's some situations that you have going on in your life, and God is moving you up and out of those situations. And as he moves you up and out, please don't go back and get entangled again.
Daryl Hunt.
In this season, Daryl, God says that your job situation is moving and changing, and there's some elevation going on for you.
Ether Hutney.
In this season, the Lord says that he's placing boundaries in your life that you might be protected and secured.
Rob Hutzel.
In this season, the Lord says that he's pulling back some draperies in your life, and you're getting ready to be seen. You're coming to the forefront.
Shadrach Ingram.
In this season, the Lord says that he's dealing with some papers and dealings you have going on in your paperwork, some things that weren't moving are going to begin to move now.
Steve Ingram, we need you to call in, please, and give us your phone number. Sometime we need to just call you and talk to you. What's the word to Steve Ingram out of Kentucky? Steve,
in the season, the Lord says that there's a trip planned for you, a trip that you do have planned, and God says it's favorable. There's some dealings and workings going on there. It's going to be very favorable for you.
Clementine Jackson.
Clementine, God says that sweet, sweet, sweet are the words that come out of your mouth. Whatever you say seems like it should be tempered with sweetness in this season.
Denise Jackson.
Denise, the Lord says that you're moving. I see you moving and elevating in some things, and don't stop. It seems like whatever you're doing, just don't stop. Keep the momentum going.
Shirley Jackson.
Surely in the season, God says that he's slowing you down in some areas that you might be able to hear God clearly and be more effective in what you do.
Leela Jacobs.
Leela, I'm feeling something about your footsteps, how they're being ordered. There's something even in the right foot that's going on. I'm not sure what's going on there, but God says that he's in the midst of it and he's healing it.
Elsie James, we need you to call in. We need you to update your record because God has put a word in your mouth and you're going to preach the gospel. Delrita Jasper, the Lord says you're going to be very creative in what I've given you to do. Kim Jean, the word of the Lord will say music and talent is all around you. Alice Jackson, this is going to be a season where you're going to prophesy and speak the word of life to many. Bessie Johnson, get ready for your talent and music to come forth. David Johnson, children and people you're going to work with. Flo Johnson, this is going to be a time for you to write and speak your truth. Jeffrey Johnson, a time for you to preach and to communicate the language of God. Johnny Johnson, the Lord says teacher. Candace Johnson, you are a strong manager and you're going to be able to execute truth in many people's life. Ketty Johnson, the Lord says partnership in big business. Lisa Johnson, get ready to deal with children and elderly people. Ruth Johnson, the Lord says to tell you you're going to excel in some giftings that God has given you and you're going to begin to pioneer some things. Shirley Johnson, get ready to travel. Aretha Jones, get rid of negative thinking. Bernadette Jones, leadership ability, you're going to be strong in it. Erwin Jones, God says stop worrying over money. LaShawn Jones, the Lord says stop having mental worries. Scott Jones, the Lord says you're going to begin to do some things in banking. Yolanda Jones, the Lord says you will have a gift with people. Deborah Joseph's hardship in family, but you'll overcome it. Octavia Kennedy, the Lord says sales and marketing. Linda Kincaid, the Lord says you're going to get out of debt. Erica King, the Lord says you're going to begin to find God in many things, and God's going to bring harmony in a move you're trying to make. Nabarda King, the Lord says get away from mental worry. Cheryl Class, the word of the Lord will say unto you, have a large heart, and God's giving you a brand new start. Phyllis Lang, the Lord says to tell you to get ready because structure's showing up in your life. Lavina Laster, you're getting ready to do something in marketing. Deborah Lawrence, the Lord says you have a creative talent, you will prophesy. Carolyn Lee, the Lord says to tell you to get ready because you're going to begin to soar with wings as an eagle. Fear is leaving you. Kimberly Lee, this is a time when destruction is moving from you and your hard work is going to pay off. Kerwin Leeton, the Lord says your restlessness is going to cause you to travel. You will see the world. Latoya Lenter, the Lord says to tell you to get ready because you're going to sail into something that is going to bless your life and reward you. Arnie Lewis, education is not over for you. John Lewis, get ready to write and create, and your genius is about to be seen. Okay, Prophet Wright, I have a Wanda Lewis.
Wanda, the word of the Lord for you is that God is restoring relationships in your life. Don't move in haste. God is going to give you clarity.
Shawana Lindsay.
Shawana, the word of the Lord to you is back to school, much learning that lies before you, says the word of the Lord.
Chris Lobo.
Chris, the word of the Lord for you is that God is giving you courage, a strong heart. The Lord said, don't be afraid to take a leap and try new things, says the word of the Lord.
Gussie Lott.
Gussie, I hear the word of the Lord for you is that big business is going to come into your hands. The Lord said, begin to build the management structure.
Linda Mack.
Linda, the word of the Lord for you is that healing, something in the respiratory, something dealing with fear. God said, don't even fear. Begin to be at peace, is the word of the Lord.
Katrina Madison.
Katrina, the word of the Lord for you is that God's going to cause you to look back and get an understanding of why your life has taken a certain course.
Anthony Malone.
Anthony, the word of the Lord for you is that God is restoring relationship with family members.
Leroy Marks.
Leroy, the word of the Lord for you is that God is moving you forward. I'm seeing a change in the employment situation.
Brenda Martin.
Brenda, the word of the Lord for you is that God is going to cause you to be very creative in this season. Your hands are very busy. Use your creativity to make money.
Sycombri Mathis.
Sycombri, I hear the word of the Lord for you saying that God is going to open your eyes for you to see new deals and opportunities for success.
Vanessa May.
Vanessa, the word of the Lord to you is that God is causing you to expand in this season. I just saw like your wings coming out. The Lord said you're on an horizon.
Rhonda McDaniel.
Rhonda, the word of the Lord for you is that God is causing you to write a book in this season.
Ronald McDavid.
Ronald, the word of the Lord for you is that God is going to tell you exactly where you should relocate in this season.
Kathleen McCoy.
Kathleen, the word of the Lord for you is that I'm hearing the word of the Lord say that you're going to get good news from a phone call of some monies that's going to come in unexpectedly.
Linda McMillan.
Linda, the word of the Lord for you in this season that God is handling legal matters concerning your life.
Rodney McMillan.
Rodney, the word of the Lord for you is that God is causing you to come into partnerships. I just saw you shaking someone's hand.
Martha Meacham.
Martha, the word of the Lord for you is that don't take no as an answer. Continue to be persistent, says the word of the Lord.
Yolanda Melcon.
Yolanda, the word of the Lord for you is that God is turning you around, turning your whole situation around. You're getting a new start on life.
Lenora Melvin.
Lenora, the word of the Lord.